You know what's crazy? People only acknowledge the victory, never the pain they've gone through to achieve it. And you don't know why. It's because, see, most people don't see the efforts, okay? They don't really care about the efforts. They only see the achievement. So they don't know how much pain they've gone through to get that certain achievement. So even if it was a really mediocre achievement, if you worked so hard for that and you wanted so much appreciation, people are saying now like, hey, decent now, you're finally getting average marks. Like this is not even they're not even praising you, right? But then you know how much effort you put in. So you would actually want more praise because people don't see the efforts, right? So that's why they just appreciate you based on a level of achievement. But then if it is a lower achievement, but you put so much work towards it, then you won't get appreciation. But people don't give it because they don't see the efforts, man. They only see the achievement. If you got some lower achievement, then they don't really care. They still don't appreciate you. That's how it works. And there are some people, okay, they're salty as hell. And I'm pretty sure you have them even in your life as well. So they don't even appreciate the victory and the effort. Think about that. See, most people they don't appreciate the effort, okay? But there are some salty people who don't appreciate the victory and the effort, the achievement and the pain. None of those. I'm pretty sure you have one of those in your life, right? Stay away from them, bro. They're absolutely useless. Only you know how much effort you've put in, how much sacrifices you've made to get a certain thing. Other people don't see it. So you can't expect them to praise you as much, bro. Like you can't expect them to praise you as much because people don't see the effort. But if you do share achievements with me or anybody else on self improvement, they're likely to appreciate you properly. It's because they've gone through the same thing that you did. They know the pain of not getting praised enough, and they also put a lot of effort. So they know what you did to get there, and they actually see the pain and effort you've gone through. So that's why I'm building a Discord server where I'll make a group of young men who'll praise each other and try to level up each other, and we'll just try to grow really fast. And over there, I'll also host weekly calls so that I'll teach you something new or I'll solve some of your problems, right? So make sure it's done. Link in the description. And bro, I also know the pain of not being appreciated enough. I'll give you an example. So basically, I jumped from like 262 rank out of 472 rank in a test to 58 rank out of 398 rank. Okay, 58. I basically doubled my percentile from 50 to like 80 something. Okay, I went so much in ranks. Like I went so much higher in ranks. Okay, in a test. And guess what? I didn't get a clap. Literally, and I didn't get one clap. Nothing. And when I told my friends about it and all that, I brag, they're like, all right, good, good. And then they didn't care. Like, literally, they just did not care. Nobody clapped. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that happened even in your life. You got like some good marks in a test or something, and people don't even care now. Like, sometimes, okay, people care only when you lose and they don't care when you win. And that's even more retarded than the people who actually care about the victory and not when you lose, right? Because they don't see when you win and they see only when you lose. That's so retarded, right? Yet, I think there are many people like that. People only praise you when you don't need it. See, people never praise when you're at the lowest position, when you're at your lowest and you have nothing else to lose. Like people don't praise you that much and that position, right? But they praise you only when you're at the top. And that time you don't really need it. When you're in your lows of your life, you want somebody to praise you or somebody to root for you so that you can come out fast and gain some confidence. But guess what? Most people don't do that, bro. They only praise you when you're at the top. So that's like it's weird, man. So we realize that people only praise you when you don't need it. So in a society where we only appreciate the achievement and that too not that much as you would expect, and they only see the effort, you got to learn the skill of clapping for yourself. I'll show you how. So first, you got to learn the skill of reinterpreting reality, and second, journal about it. Now let's talk about it more in detail. The most important skill that you have to learn is the skill of reinterpreting reality. See, reinterpreting reality doesn't mean that you're changing reality or you're changing the current situation, okay? It has nothing to do with the reality itself. You know what it has to do with? It has to do with your frame, your mindset with which you view your current situation. So you basically think about the advantages of your current position, okay? Where you're right now. What's the current advantages of your situation? Like what's the positives about your situation? That's how you start thinking about it, and then you view reality with a different frame of mind, and therefore you get benefited because most of the time we only think about the negatives about a situation, right? We only care about the negatives, like how bad a situation is, how useless our friends. We only care about the negatives about a situation, but we never care to think about the positives, right? So when you start thinking like this, you'll start rewiring your brain to start thinking about the positives about the situation. And you know why it's so powerful? I'll give you an example, okay? So basically, suppose it's a man who has lost everything. Literally has lost everything, nothing. Okay, he has nothing with himself. He has lost everything. Now, if you would use the skill of reinterpreting reality, you could change I have nothing to I have nothing to lose. You see what I did there? You see what I did there? I have nothing to I have nothing to lose. That's a way more motivating and powerful mindset to have, right? You've seen that. How it changed I have nothing to I have nothing to lose. Yeah. When you start thinking like that, bro, the world becomes yours. I'm telling you. Reinterpreting reality is so important. And also it kind of boils down to positive thinking, It boils down to positive thinking because when you think positive about situation, that's positive thinking. That's also reinterpreting reality. When you start considering its advantages and starting to like plan your way out. Right? So next time, even if you're in a bad situation or in a good situation, okay, at that time, make a rational effort, like start forcing yourself to think, make a rational effort and ask yourself, what is the positives about this current situation? And if you do this over a year or so, that thing will become second nature. And also another advantage, it's that see when you do the skill right of trying to make rational effort and all that, you'll actually see results very quickly. Like once you do it for a month or so, bro, you'll start seeing yourself actually start thinking about the positives. Like it'll come automatically. The second thing that you can do is journal about it. If you don't know what's journaling, it's basically write down your thoughts on a piece of paper. Okay. You can use a pen, pencil, or whatever, just writing down your thoughts on a book or something. Okay. And what it helps you to do is find out the reasons and why you're actually doing a certain thing. See, when you're journaling about it, ask yourself these deep questions. Like use these questions as journal prompts for the week. Okay. Ask yourself these questions like, why do I need praise from others? Or if you're not journaling, at least think about it, right? Why do I need praise from others? Hmm? Can I not live without praise from others? Like, can I not be happy by myself without praise from others? Do I even require praise? Like, ask yourself these deep questions. When you start asking yourself these deep questions, you'll soon find out the reason why you actually need praise from others, why you want praise from others. And most of the time, is there from a childhood from needing attention from our moms or something like that. So it's most of the time the reason is actually very unacceptable. So that time when you know the reason, it's actually way easy to quit the habit. So whenever you're in a situation in where you're not being praised enough or you're not being acknowledged enough for your achievement, then the reason just pops up at your mind. Like, hey, this is why I'm not really feeling like this. This is why I'm not doing this. Like the reason will just pop in your mind. So then you start realizing that okay, but who cares? Like, who cares if they don't praise me enough, right? So, if you want to learn the skill of clapping for yourself, you gotta do these two things. One is the skill of creative reality, and second is journaling about it. That's all. And then you will start clapping for yourself and become independent. Also, if you are serious about building discipline and going every day, make sure to subscribe to my channel. This channel is all about helping you level up one step at a time. And if you found this video informative, make sure to like. It'll help boost the algorithm so more people can see this video and I can help more people. And if you found this informative as well, you can share it to your friends or family to whom you think is really useful and will benefit them, right? Bye.